Watch and burn.
Hey, so tonight I wanted to talk about Olivia Rodrigo's Sour. This, of course, is the only record she's released thus far. This is being built off the success of Driver's License, which was a massive hit for her. And this record, I was really surprised by it because usually, most people would classify her as more of like a flash in the pan pop star who didn't really have a lot to offer. But I love checking these records out because even if I don't find much that I liked, there's always at least one or maybe two songs if I'm lucky on there that I absolutely love. And this record had a lot more than that. This record has a lot of heart. It has a lot of purpose. This record has, I don't know, this record sounds very personal. And of course, when it's coming from somebody so young, you always wonder, like, well, how much songwriting assistance did they have? And she had pretty much none. These are her songs that were cleaned up afterwards for a major label, of course, and I get that. I get why they would do that, because this is casting, such a wide net to reach such a large audience that these songs do have to sound a certain way, so she's not allowed to stray too far from like a formula that she initially put into place when she started writing these songs. So I get that this might sound a little clean and perhaps a little pre-packaged, and a lot of people will be wondering, like, how in 1 minute can I be talking about Lars Frederiksen and the Bastards, and then the next I can be talking about Olivia Rodrigo? And that's simple. Like, I really like music. I like all kinds of music. I don't really give a fuck. Like, I'm talking about Olivia Rodrigo and I'm wearing a 7 Seconds shirt, so I guess, like, oh fuck, I'm gonna get kicked out of the punk club, right? But I don't really give a fuck about that shit. I love this record. I love Taylor Swift, I love Lana Del Rey, I love Lorde, I love Shakira, and throughout time, I've loved Tiffany, I've loved the Spice Girls, I don't really give a fuck what anybody else thinks. This record was amazing. Good For You's on here, Traitors on here, Brutal's on here, I fucking love Brutal, and my favorite song would be Jealousy, Jealousy. I think everybody can agree with that song. I think we all feel like other girls are prettier than we are, with perfect teeth and perfect bodies, and I wish I was a prettier girl myself. But I think, like I said, Jealousy, Jealousy is one of those songs that everybody can seriously relate to, because we've all kind of found ourselves feeling like, why does everybody else get to win when it feels like not that we're necessarily losing, but that we're not winning alongside them. Like the lyric says, their win is not my loss. But still, I can't help it, I get that. You still kind of feel like it's driving you crazy because all you do is think about what other people are thinking about you, especially when you're young. And that's another thing I liked about this album. This record actually had something to say to people from her age group, whereas usually records that are aimed at people her age, they're just empty and vapid and pointless and annoying or hyper-sexed like Ariana Grande's stuff, where it's just, you shouldn't be shoving sex down kids' throats. They're going to get there and they're going to be banging plenty at some point anyways, so there's no need to introduce a bunch of 12-year-olds to that so quickly. It's disappointing too, because Ariana Grande can really sing, and I loved her in Victorious, but I can't stand her music. It's just so, like I said, empty, and God, it's so prepackaged, and it's so safe, and it's so formulaic, and this record was none of that. This felt honest and personal, and I liked how there was more of a rock focus, because that type of music has sort of dropped off in mainstream music as of the past 5-10 years, maybe, give or take. I think the last time would have been the emo movement, with bands like My Chemical Romance and Motionless in White and that shit, but that's over with now, and it seems to be more of a focus on hip-hop and R&B, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it is cool to see somebody like Olivia Rodrigo cementing more of like a rock foundation in her music, because I love that. It's really exciting to see someone like her try to bring it back, and because there's really nobody else. You can't count Machine Gun Kelly. He's a joke. It's like he's like a parody of everything that's wrong with the pop punk world. It's almost like he's a fucking cyborg sent out there just to stick his tongue out so everybody can make fun of him. It's honestly how I feel. Like, it's like he's just there as sort of like a whipping boy for everybody to make jokes about. Because his music, it's just like, buddy, it's not his. First off, he has like a team of songwriters that help him. He needs to occasionally sort of like lift lyrics from old Operation Ivy songs, and he thinks that gives him some kind of street cred, and it doesn't. But records like this from people as young as Olivia Rodrigo, they sound honest and they sound more real. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. I love this record. I hope her next record continues this trend. I hope her label doesn't manage to pressure her into writing songs that are fitting whatever narrative is popular in music at that point. I hope she sticks with this sound. I would love to see this develop with her. But yeah, so I'm going to go. So thank you so much for sitting with me while I discussed Olivia Rodrigo's Sour. If you like this review, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. And if you didn't like this review, still do something nice for somebody because it's an awesome thing to do. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys soon. Have a good night. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.